Welcome to the Explainer, everyone. Today, we're unpacking one of the absolute biggest tensions of our time. How on earth do we balance our inherent humanity with the completely relentless pace of the AI era? We're going to take a journey today, zooming all the way out to look at global philosophy, and then zooming right back into the micro level, meaning your personal workspace and your everyday life. Let's get right into it. Okay, let's dive into this. Is technology upgrading our humanity, or is it straight up replacing it? It sounds like a grand philosophical question, right? But honestly, it's not just theory anymore. Based on recent research into the future of humanity, this is the exact, literal tension we're living through every single time we crack open our laptops or check our phones. Are we actually becoming more capable, or are we slowly losing a piece of ourselves in the machine? So, here's our roadmap for today. We'll start off with technology and human destiny, then look at navigating digital disruption. From there, we're going to tackle the digital stress epidemic, look at designing calmer workspaces, and finally, wrap things up with thriving in the AI era. Section 1. Technology and Human Destiny. So, according to a 2026 paper by philosophical researcher Dong-Min Kei, the debate on technology's role basically splits into two main camps. On the one hand, we've got the optimistic view. Transhumanists see tech as this incredible tool for massive human improvement. We're talking enhanced physical and cognitive abilities, mind-blowing medical advances, and huge, unprecedented boosts in productivity. But on the flip side, the critical view warns of a darker path. The loss of human autonomy, people losing their jobs to AI, massive data privacy risks, and severe environmental degradation. The key takeaway here, technology is absolutely not neutral. It's totally shaped by how our societies choose to regulate and actually apply these innovations. To really ground that critical perspective, let's listen to a classic warning from philosopher Martin Heidegger. He said, "Modern technology changes the way humans relate to the world, potentially reducing nature to mere resources." Treating the world or even each other as just another resource to be extracted is a trap we can so easily fall into every single day, usually in the name of corporate optimization. Balancing our rapid tech advancement with deep, human-centered values isn't just some nice-to-have idea, it is absolutely essential to maintaining our dignity as a species. Let's move on and see how this builds in Section 2, Navigating Digital Disruption. When a massive technological shift hits, what we call digital disruption, how should an organization actually cope with that? Well, according to Learning and Development Insights, there are 4 essential steps, and there's a very strict order to them. First step is mindset and culture. You have to embrace flexibility and totally new ways of thinking. Second is upskilling and reskilling, which means investing in your people so they actually understand things like AI. Third is process optimization, basically cleaning up the way you work before you start adding complex tools. And only then, at number 4, do you choose the right technology. The absolute biggest mistake organizations make is skipping straight to step 4. True adaptation means upgrading your people and your processes way before you just go out and buy a shiny new software license. Section 3. The digital stress epidemic. Let's zoom in a little further now. A 2025 study in the Journal of Konseling and Education took a really hard look at how these modern, hyper-connected environments are creating intense, totally unprecedented challenges for our well-being. Researcher Fatima Malini-Lubis dug directly into the everyday weight of this digital disruption on individual workers. Lubis zeroes in on a concept called digital stress. Her definition is incredibly clear. She defines it as psychological pressure arising from excessive use of technology in the work environment. So look, if you've ever felt completely exhausted just glancing at your inbox, you are definitely not alone. That digital burnout you're feeling is a deeply real, heavily documented phenomenon. Now, what's really interesting about this is exactly what triggers that stress. Beyond just the sheer volume of those per-my-last email chains, it's severe information overload. Our brains literally weren't built to process this much data all at once. Then there's the persistent unspoken expectation that you simply must always be online and reachable. That naturally leads to a severe imbalance between our work and our personal lives. And interestingly enough, it's also the anxiety tied to constant social media responsiveness. We're totally tethered to these devices, and it is absolutely fraying our nerves. Section 4. Designing calmer workspaces. And this brilliantly illustrates what we can actually do about it. This table contrasts the traditional, burnout-heavy approach with what researchers call adaptive design. Instead of the old expectation where people have to be online constantly, adaptive companies are enforcing strict restrictions on digital communication after hours. Instead of static, standard desks, they're offering ergonomic designs with dedicated offline relaxation areas. And rather than rigid 9 to 5 schedules, they provide high work flexibility. The point here is that companies absolutely must adapt their physical and policy environments to support the actual psychological needs of human beings, not just machines. Section 5. Thriving in the AI era. Now let's zoom all the way down to you, the individual. First things first, we need a massive mindset shift. Insights from modern university curricula highlight this perfectly. AI is a tool, not a threat. We really need to stop fearing job replacement and start looking at how we can use AI to drastically enhance our daily efficiency. Let the robot handle the repetitive data tasks, right? That frees up your incredibly valuable, distinctly human time to focus on what you actually do best, being creative. So the crucial point is this. Your true value lies in the soft skills that AI simply cannot replace. Algorithms cannot replicate your creativity or your ability to solve complex problems in completely uncertain, messy human situations. AI cannot truly communicate, it can't collaborate, and it certainly can't build trust. It doesn't possess human critical thinking or ethical decision-making. And above all, it completely lacks emotional intelligence and empathy. These are the uniquely human skills that make you utterly irreplaceable in a tech-dominated workforce. Ultimately, it all comes down to intentionally protecting our offline humanity. Use AI ethically, meaning don't use it to deceive people or create fake realities. Make it a point to put down the phone and actively maintain real-world, face-to-face relationships with your family and your peers. Prioritize your physical and mental health by intentionally spending time away from screens. And honestly, just engage in hobbies and activities that bring true, deep meaning to your life. The more advanced our technology becomes, the more fiercely we have to protect our humanity. Which leaves us with this final, really important thought. How will you balance the immense efficiency of AI with the irreplaceable connection of your humanity today? Technology is a brilliant tool, but it makes a terrible master. The future isn't about human versus machine, it's about the human guiding the machine. Thank you so much for joining me on this explainer. Stay curious, stay human, and I'll catch you in the next one.